Okay, let's start on our backs for class this evening. Go ahead and lie back. And then you can bring the soles of your feet together, knees out wide. And maybe play with how close you want your heels in towards you. Further towards the front of the mat for less intensive a stretch, closer towards you to deepen it. And then hands can just be along your sides, or maybe one hand to the belly and one hand to the heart. And I want you to go ahead and take 3 deep breaths. On the exhale, allowing yourself to sink down into the mat. With each exhale, letting go of some tension, letting go of what's ever happened today, allowing yourself to arrive here. And if you'd like to set your intention for the next 45 minutes to simply remain with the breath, letting go of what's happened so far, what is yet to come, just coming back again and again to what's here right now. Let's take another deep breath in through the nose, this time holding it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Release through the mouth, open mouth exhale. And on your next inhale, hug your knees in towards your chest. Begin to gently sway side to side, massaging the back. Keep your eyes closed. And then slowly start to come into your happy baby, reaching for the shins, ankles, maybe feet, keeping the low back connected to the mat here. We're going to move pretty slowly in and out of poses in this class. We'll do a couple of standing, mostly grounding on the mat, staying tuned into our breath, getting some nice deep stretches in throughout the body. And I want you to really focus on the breath. Maybe you're gently swaying side to side here in your happy baby. If it feels good to straighten one leg and then the other, you can do that. And then slowly release the left leg, send it long towards the front of your mat, and then hug your right knee in towards your right armpit. Flex both feet here so the toes are facing towards your face. Take another deep breath in. And then exhale, switch legs, left knee hugging into the armpit, right leg goes out straight. Right heel's connected to the earth. And one more inhale. On your exhale, bring the right knee back in towards the chest. Scoot your hips a little over to the right. Let both knees fall to the left. Just coming right into a spinal twist here. Gaze towards the right thumb. Keep the right shoulder blade grounding down into the earth. Maybe the left palm gently presses down on the outside of the right knee. Or bring your hand to the right hip, press it towards the front of your mat and then down. Feeling length in the right side body. Another inhale, fill the lungs. And as you exhale, slowly come back to center. Emptying all the air out. Scoot your hips a little to the left now. Let both knees fall all the way over to the right. Left arm goes out. Turn your head towards the left. Ground the left shoulder blade into the earth, and then your right palm can go to either the left knee, maybe coming to the left hip, pressing the left hip away from you to get length in the left side body. Maintaining that steady breath. One more inhale. As you exhale, slowly hug both knees back in towards your chest, and then cross one ankle over the other. We'll take a couple of rock and rolls up and back, massaging the spine, Going as slowly or as quickly as you'd like. Just a couple moments here, rocking and rolling. And on your next time coming forward, let's come all the way up to a seat. Find a nice comfortable seat, either cross-legged or hero's pose, maybe sitting on a cushion. Move the flesh out from underneath your sits bones so you can sit up nice and tall. Take an inhale, roll your shoulders up towards your ears. As you exhale, send the shoulder blades down and together down your back. A couple more times like this. Inhaling, the shoulders rise. Exhale, they sink down. One more inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up. Palms touch, gaze up at the thumbs. And as you exhale, hands to heart center. Two more like this. Inhale, sweep the arms up, gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Now interlace all 10 fingers behind your back. Press your knuckles away from you as you lift your heart. Maybe the knuckles even touch down onto the ground behind you. Lift the chin slightly. And then bring a neutral spine back. Keeping the hands interlaced, bring your hands to your right hip. And then really press them together so you're snuggling that left shoulder blade onto the back. And then gently allow your left ear to fall towards your left shoulder. Take a breath in here. As you exhale, slowly let your chin fall towards your chest, and then the right ear over towards the right shoulder. And really breathe into the left side of the neck. Let the exhales be long. Let your face relax and soften. Take another in-breath. And then as you exhale, undo the fingers. Bring your right hand to your right cheek, and with the help of your hand, bring your head upright. And release your hand to your knees. Take an inhale, pull your chest forward. And then as you exhale, round. It's like cat-cow, but seated. One more time, inhale, pulling your chest forward. Exhale, rounding, gazing in towards your navel. Inhale back to a straight spine. And then interlace your fingers again behind your back, but do it the weird way, the opposite of the way that you just did. And then snuggle your hands all the way onto the left hip. First, letting our right ear fall towards the right shoulder. Breathe in here. And on the exhale, let the chin slowly sink in towards the chest. And keep going in that circular motion. Left ear comes towards left shoulder. Feeling the length on the right side of the neck. Keep firmly pressing the heels of the hands together. Take another breath in. And then release the clasp of the fingers. Left hand comes to the left cheek. Bring your head all the way up to neutral. On your next inhale, sweep your arms all the way up and overhead. Lift up through the ring fingers. And as you exhale, cactus your arms. Now right fingers down to the right. Left arm reaches up and over. Root down through the left sits bone. If you notice it lifted, anchor it back down. Maybe coming onto the right forearm. That's accessible right now, as long as you keep your left sits bone grounded. Take one more breath in. On the exhale, slowly walk yourself forward. Start to reach forward. And then gently sway the torso side to side here. Easy forward fold. One more inhale. On the exhale, walk yourself all the way back up, sitting. And let's switch the cross of the legs if you had a cross-legged seat. Inhale, arms sweep up. And as you exhale, cactus the arms. And now you can bring left fingers down to the left. Right arm reaches up and over. Root down through the right sits bone. maybe coming onto the left forearm, and then re-grounding through the right sits bone. You can gaze up towards the sky, but if that's feeling a little hard on the neck, simply keep your gaze towards the horizon, or even down at the ground towards the left thumb. Breathing into the right side body, one more inhale. And then as you exhale, start to walk your hands forward in front of you, melting the chest down towards the ground. Bring a little sway side to side. One more in-breath. And then as you exhale, slowly roll all the way back up to seated. And then we're going to come forward onto hands and knees for tabletop. In your tabletop, make sure that your knees are hips width distance apart and that your hands are shoulder width distance apart. Spread the fingers super wide into the ground. And on your inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Inhale. As you exhale, round. Moving through cat-cow, inhale. Full exhale. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, round. Inhale, find your neutral spine and stay here for the exhale. Plant your left hand into the ground. Inhale, lift your right fingers up to the sky. As you exhale, thread the needle, drop your right shoulder down to the ground, and then walk the left finger so they're a little bit more in front of your face so you can focus on rolling the chest open towards the sky. Pressing down through the back of the right hand, through the forearm. If it feels good to you, take a half bind, left fingertips reaching for the inner right thigh. Smooth, steady inhale. Smooth, steady exhale. Lower the left hand back down in front of your face. Drive down through the left palm, re-lift the right fingers up, and then right hand down to meet the left. Let's flow through another round of cat-cow. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. Come to a neutral spine. And on your next inhale, lift the right finger. Oh, I lied. Lift the left fingers. And as you exhale, thread it through. Left shoulder comes down, resting on the left side of the head. Walk the right fingers so they're in front of your face. Press down through the back of the left hand, the left forearm. Maybe take a half bind, right fingertips reaching for the left inner thigh. And if that's not accessible, even just resting your back of your hand on your low back. Anything that helps you revolve the chest open and up. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, right hand plants back down into the ground in front of your face. Reach your left fingers back up to the sky. And then come back into your tabletop. Walk your knees back a couple of inches, and we're going to slowly lower all the way onto our bellies. Bring your hands down by your sides outside of the ribs. Press your pelvis down, lift just your left leg, point your left toes straight back. Feel length in the left leg, and then slowly lower the left leg down. Feeling the difference between the sides. Inhale, lift the right leg up, point the right toes away from you, stretch long, and then slowly lower that leg, matching the other. Inhale for baby cobra, little to no weight in the hands. Elbows are squeezing together, maybe palms even hover off the mat. And as you exhale, lower the forehead back down. Inhale, lift up again. Press down through the pelvis. Exhale, lower. One more time, inhale, lifting up, elbows squeezing together. And then exhale, lower back down. Tuck your toes under, plant your hands. Come all the way up to tabletop and then back to child's pose with the toes tucked. Stretching out the bottoms of the feet here. Sink your chest towards your thighs. Lower your forehead down to the mat. If it's too much for the feet at any time, feel free to untuck the toes. Let the armpits sink towards the ground. One more inhale here. Press the sits bones back. And then slowly come forward back into our tabletop. Walk your hands forward about an inch. And then tuck your toes under. Up and back into downward facing dog. And let's start with walking the dog, so bending one knee at a time. Warming up the backs of the legs. Driving down evenly through both hands. Instead of dumping weight into the wrist, can you bring weight into your fingertips as well, to the base of the palm. And then find stillness here in your down dog. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And as you exhale, open mouth, sigh it out. Inhale, look forward at your fingers. And then as you exhale, slowly walk your feet all the way up to meet your hands. Take all the time you need to get here. Coming into a forward fold at the top of the mat, bending the knees to whatever degree they need right now. And then take ragdoll arms, hold opposite elbows. Gently sway side to side, releasing the low back. Let the back of the neck be long. And then interlace your fingers. Bring your hands to the base of your skull to really start to lengthen the back of the neck. Letting gravity help out here. Breathing into the stretch, one more inhale. As you exhale, slowly release the fingers down to the mat. Start to bend through the right knee. Keep your right fingers planted down the center of your mat under your face, and then start to lift your left fingers up to the sky. Coming into the twist. You might even choose to take another half bind in this pose, reaching for the inner right thigh, moving the left shoulder blade onto the back. Being gentle with your neck. Maybe that means just looking down at the mat. Whatever your body's calling for right now, take another breath in. And then slowly release. Switch sides. Bring a bend into the left knee. Left fingers plant where the right hand once was. Right fingers reach up to the sky. Keep straightening through the right leg. And then maybe you take a half bind again. Right fingers for the left inner thigh. Take another breath in. And then slowly release both hands to the ground. Bring a bend into both of your knees, and we'll slowly roll all the way up to standing until finally the head and neck straighten up over the shoulders. And when you get here, inhale, sweep your arms all the way overhead. Reach up through the ring fingers. And as you exhale, hands to heart center. Another time like that, inhale, sweep the arms up. As you exhale, right fingers to the left wrist. Start to side bend to the right. And then bring a little bend into the right knee so you can cross your left leg behind you. Kind of a partial Shiva squat here. Earth remaining high on the ball of the left foot. Breathing into the left side body. One more inhale. As you exhale, return back to center. Switch sides, left finger to the right wrist. Reach over to the left. And then bring a little gentle bend into the left knee. Cross the right leg behind you, staying high on the ball of the right foot. Breathing into the right side. Keeping the face gentle and soft. One more in-breath. And as you exhale, return back to center. Reach up through the fingers. And as you exhale, swan dive, hinge from your hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen, shoulders up at the hip level. And then exhale, fold. Step your right foot all the way to the back of your yoga mat and lower the right knee down. You can either keep the toes tucked or you can untuck the knee. And then staying high on the fingers, pull your chest forward. Breathing into the hip, inhale. As you exhale, we'll slowly start to straighten the left leg, keeping the left heel where it is, maybe lifting the left toes towards your face. Hamstring stretch. You can either stay here if it feels good to bring a little twisting action into the back. Walk both hands to the outside of the left shin. Keep flexing that left foot. Just play with whatever feels good for you. Hips are right over the knee. One more breath here. And then slowly come forward, re-bend into the left knee. Reach your arms up towards the sky, low lunge. Shoulder blades together down the back. Inhale here. As you exhale, left hand to the left hip or down to the ground or to a block if you have. Side bending to the left, feeling this in your right psoas. Keep grounding down through the top of the right foot, through the left big toe. Inhale. And then as you exhale, come back up and lower both hands down to your mat. Step it back to your downward facing dog. Deep breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, look forward at your fingers. And on the exhale, slowly walk your feet all the way up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lengthen through your spine. And then exhale, refold. Keeping your right foot where it is, step your left foot now to the back of the yoga mat. Lower the left knee down. You can keep the toes tucked or untuck the toes. And then remaining high on the fingertips, pull your chest forward, sinking your hips down. One more breath here. As you exhale, start to straighten the right leg, flexing right toes in towards your face. Drag your right hip back in line with the left, maybe walking the fingers in slightly. Keeping that left hip stacked over the left knee. Maybe taking that twist. If you'd like to play with it, walk both hands over to the outside of the right shin. Keep flexing through the right foot though. One more breath here. Slowly come back to the center. Start to re-bend the right knee with the arms all the way overhead. Roll the shoulders down away from your ears. Pressing down through the right foot, down through the top of the left foot. Bring your right hand to your right hip. Gently start to bend to the right. Maybe the right finger's lower down to the ground or a block outside of your hip. Maybe noticing if there's any difference in the sides. Staying with the breath. Knowing where our edge is and honoring that. One more inhale. As you exhale, come back up. Lower your hands back down to your mat. Step your right knee back towards your left knee and then tuck the toes under, back into our down dog. Deep inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, side out as your heels sink towards the ground. Couple more moments here. If you like to keep your legs straight and sway your hips side to side, that feels good. A little arch of the tailbone up towards the sky. Arms are straight. One more breath in. As you exhale, slowly shift it forward into plank. And then lower just your right knee. Pivot your right shin so that it's parallel to the front of the mat. We're coming into a modified side plank. So now lower your left heel to the mat. Left toe is facing the long side of your mat. And then right hand is right underneath the right shoulder. Left arm reaches up. Soften the face here. Maybe reaching your left arm overhead. Externally rotating through the right shoulder onto your back. Maybe you want to hover the left leg. Maybe you just want to keep it down. It's totally up to you. Both are perfectly fine. If the leg was lifted, lower it back down. Take a breath in. As you exhale, press down through the right palm. Come all the way up to standing on the knee and the foot. Bring your hands to your hips. Take an inhale. As you exhale, start to slide the left hand down the outside of the left leg. Right arm reaches up and over. Feeling all this length we're creating in the side body. One more breath in. On the exhale, come all the way up. Bring your arms out wide into a T. And then if the right toes aren't tucked under, tuck your right toes under. Start to turn your chest towards the front of the mat. And then lower your right hand either to the back of the right thigh or down to the right heel. And then press your pelvis forward. A little bit of a back bend. Maybe take your left hand to support the back of your head. One more breath in. As you exhale, slowly come back. Lower the right hand back down. Come out of this the way we came. We'll meet in our downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Smooth breath out. Shifting forward to plank. And then lower through the left knee. Turn the left shin so that's parallel to the front of the mat. And then lower the right heel down. Right toes face the right wide edge. Left hand underneath the left shoulder. Right arm reaches up to the sky. And then maybe right arm sweeps overhead, depending on how the shoulder's feeling. Maybe hovering the right foot, engaging through the right side body, reaching through the fingers to the toes. One more full breath in. Exhale, lower down through the right foot. Press down through the left palm. Come all the way up to standing on your knee and your foot. Hands on the hips. So the knee and the foot are in line with one another. And then start to run your right hand along the outside of your right leg. Left arm reaches up and over to the right. Working to turn your chest up towards the sky. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, come all the way up to standing. Arms are out wide like a T. Tuck your left toes under if you haven't. And then start to turn your torso towards the front of the mat. And then lower the left hand down to either the back of the left leg or the left heel, whatever's accessible. And then press the pelvis forward. Lift the heart. And I really like to cradle the head here with my hand. Right elbows out wide. Take another deep breath in. As you exhale, slowly come back up. Lower the left hand down to the ground, coming back into our downward facing dog. Deep breath in your down dog. And as you exhale, slowly walk your hands towards the back of your mat, towards your feet. And then start to toe heel your feet so that they're as wide as your yoga mat. Toes are out, heels are in. Sink down to Malasana or Yogi Squat. Hands can be at heart center. Press your thumbs into your chest and your chest into your thumbs. Inhale here. As you exhale, start to straighten the right arm. Right fingers touch the mat. Left arm opens up. Keep pressing the back of the right arm into the inner knee. Staying here, maybe taking a half bind, maybe taking a full bind, whatever's in your practice right now. You can also always just lower down to sitting or bring a prop underneath you to sit on in your Malasana. One more breath in on this side. As you exhale, release. Hands back to the heart. And then start to straighten the left arm. Reach your right arm straight. Press into the inner left knee with the left tricep. And then maybe you take a half bind or a full bind. Another inhale. Lift the heart. Exhale, hands back to heart center. Lower the fingers down. Slowly straighten the legs into your forward fold. And it's like a slightly wider forward fold than normal. That's good. Look forward at the front of your mat. Slowly walk your hands all the way to the front of the mat. Kind of in our wide-legged down dog here. Take an inhale. As you exhale, walk your feet back to hips width distance apart. Lift your right leg up towards the sky. Bend the right knee and open the hip. Flex through the right foot. Drive the left heel down into the mat. And then slowly step your right foot all the way in between your hands, coming into warrior two. And start with the hands on the hips while you find your alignment in the feet. And then arms can stretch out wide. Gaze over the right index finger. Roll the shoulder blades together. Deep breath in. As you exhale, sink a little deeper into that front knee. Inhale, flip the right palm up to face the sky, and then reverse warrior. Just one breath in. As you exhale, begin to straighten the right leg. So for reverse triangle. Inhale here. As you exhale, full triangle, reach forward through the right fingers, finding the length we've created in the left side body. Reach your right fingers down to the shin, or just outside of the ankle on the ground. Lift your left fingers up. Breathe in here, maybe extend the left arm overhead. Ground down through the outer edge of the left foot. And then slowly walk your left hand down to the mat. Walk your right hand next to your left hand, then transition to a wide-legged forward fold. Plant your fingers underneath your face. Lift up halfway to find length in the spine. And then exhale, refold. Deep breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Bring your hands onto your hips. And with a flat back, come all the way up to standing. Keeping your hands here. Set up for warrior two, facing the back of your mat. Bring a bend into the left knee. And then start to straighten your arms out wide. Making sure your torso is right over the hips. Turn your gaze just past the left pointer finger. On an inhale, flip the left palm, reverse your warrior. Breathe in here. And as you exhale, begin to straighten the left leg, finding reverse triangle. Ground down to the left big toe. Take an inhale. As you exhale, reach forward. Find length through the right side body, coming on into triangle. Left hand to the left shin, or all the way down to the ground. Right fingertips reach up. Maybe if it feels good on the shoulder, right arm extends overhead. Keep grounding down through the outer edge of the right foot. One more breath in. And then slowly lower the right hand down. We're coming back into our wide-legged forward fold. Take an inhale, lift up halfway, find length. Exhale, fold. Maybe walking the fingers in between you, or taking hold of the big toes or the ankles, whatever variation you like here. Maybe a tripod headstand if you feel like it. Just be here for one more breath. And so on the bottom of your exhale, start to walk your hands back towards the front of your mat. Step your right foot back to meet your left into downward facing dog. And so we're going to move into pigeon now to continue opening the hips. But if you have any knee pain in pigeon, then I encourage you to come on down to your back and take figure four pose. And we'll start with the left leg. So as you're ready, left shin comes to the front of the mat for pigeon. Or if you're on your back, cross your left ankle to the top of the right thigh for figure four. Then here in pigeon, let's make sure our right toes are pointed straight back towards the back of the mat, our foot's not sickling in. And then stay high on the fingertips to start. Bring the shoulders blades together, lift your heart. Deep breath in. And then as you exhale, slowly walk it forward. Coming onto the forearms or straightening the arms. Letting the face relax. And then a variation that I've been liking a lot lately is this twisted version where you thread your right shoulder blade down to the ground. Press the right side of your head here. And then bring your left hand to your right hand, interlace the fingers, and then straighten through the left arm. Allow the face here to soften. Just time for one more full breath. Don't rush it. And slowly, if you're in the twist, come back to center. And then if you're in pigeon, we'll meet in down dog. If you're in figure four, simply release from figure four and lie on your back. Shake it out any way that feels good before you get to the other side. So now it's right shin forward if you're in pigeon, or right ankle to the top of the left thigh for figure four. Walk that left foot away from you as far as you can, left toes pointed straight back. High on the fingertips around your right shin. Lift your chest. And then exhale, slowly begin to fold. If you want to try that twisted variation, you're going to thread your left shoulder down to the ground, reaching your fingers towards the right. Bring your palms together, interlace the fingers, and then begin to straighten through the arms. Only going to an edge where you can still maintain this steady breath. If you're clenching your jaw, slowly release that. Just breathe into this. Take one more full, unrushed inhale. Slowly come up. You're in pigeon. And we're all gonna meet on our backs, however you get here. So maybe that's back through down dog. Coming onto the knees, sitting back. Mindfully transitioning. Lowering all the way down here. Hug the knees into the chest, give them a little squeeze. And then lower the feet back down. Make it your heels just so you can graze them with your fingertips. And we'll take very gentle bridge pose. Inhale, lifting the hips up, pressing down through the feet. If you have a pillow or a block and can do a supported bridge for a few breaths, that's great. Or just even holding the outer edges of the mat so you can really wiggle the fingers underneath you and just relaxing the glutes. Just one more inhale. Slowly lower all the way back down. Remain here with a neutral spine for a full breath in. Full breath out, pressing the low back into the ground. And then begin to straighten the left leg. And then straighten the right leg. Shavasana. We'll be here for a couple of minutes, so I encourage you to stay here as long as you'd like. And here in your Shavasana, let yourself relax fully. Let go of any control over the breath. Maybe just simply noticing where in the body you feel it. In the belly, in and out of the nostrils. See if there's anywhere else in the body that can relax more deeply. Where can you let go? If you're ready to slowly transition on, begin to bring some movement into the fingers and the toes, maybe touching the thumb to each fingertip in turn. And on your next inhale, reach your arms all the way overhead, finding a full body stretch before rolling onto one side. You can keep the eyes closed here or the gaze soft, and slowly coming up to your comfortable seat. Again, eyes still closed or soft. I'm going to focus inward here on the space we've made. Let's take a final round of breath together. As you inhale, sweep your arms all the way up and overhead. And then as you exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Thank you for practicing with me this evening. Namaste.